one is person supplying online information technology and database access retrieval, that is OADR services, not required to furnish annual return and reconciliation statement. So see the notification date, it is notification dated 20th June 2019. So it's not a new amendment. So in this notification, through this notification, government has notified that the OADR service supplier is not required to furnish annual return and reconciliation statement. Okay. So read it. Section 44 subsection 1, read with me. Section 44 subsection 1 of the CGST Act, please pay attention. Read with Rule 80 subsection 1 of CGST rules requires every registered person other than an who are excluded ISD input service distributor, then a person paying tax under section 51, that is person deducting tax TDS, or section 52 TCS of the CGST Act, a casual taxable person CTP, and a non-resident taxable person NRTP. So these all are excluded except this registered persons. Except this person, every registered person is required to furnish an annual return. Okay. Now further sections 35 subsection 3 and 44 subsection 2 of the CGST Act, read with Rule 80 subsection 3 of the CGST rules, require every registered person whose aggregate turnover during a financial year exceeds rupees 2 crores to get his accounts audited and furnish the annual return along with the copy of audited annual accounts and reconciliation statement. We all know this thing. Okay, if the turnover exceeds 2 crores during the financial year, then that registered person is required to get his accounts audited and he is required to furnish annual return along with the copy of audited annual accounts and reconciliation statement. Okay, clear till here? Now what is given, the government has notified the persons compulsorily registered under section 24 subsection 11 of the CGST Act, read with Rule 14 of CGST rules, supplying OADR services from a place outside India to a person in India other than a registered person as a class of registered persons who shall not be required to furnish: number 1, annual return under section 44 subsection 1 of CGST Act, read with Rule 80 subsection 1 of the CGST rules, and the reconciliation statement under section 44 subsection 2 of CGST Act, read with Rule 80 subsection 3 of the CGST rules. So the OADR service supplier who is supplying services from a place outside India to an unregistered person is not required to furnish annual return and the reconciliation statement. Okay. Now number 2, details of tax deducted and tax collected to be made available to the deductee and collectee respectively on the common portal after filing of GSTR 7 and GSTR 8 respectively. Rule 66 subsection 2 of CGST rules. There is a small change in this, that previously what used to happen, that it was made available, this TCS was made available to the supplier in part C of form GSTR 2A and 4A, 2A or 4A. But now what happens, this supplier can claim the amount of tax deducted or tax collected in his electronic cash ledger, okay, after validation. This is the only change. Now let's see and he can claim this amount of tax deducted in his electronic cash ledger only after once GSTR 7 and 8 is filed. See, whenever taxable goods and or services are supplied to a department of central or state government or other specified persons, the recipient is required to deduct tax under section 51 of the CGST Act. If you have read this chapter before TDS, then you guys can sure relate to this provision. If it is when this TDS is required to be deducted when goods when services supplied to Department of State, central or state government, and when payment is made by central or state government, then this TDS provision applies. Then earlier the details of tax deducted furnished by the deductor in GSTR 7 was made available to each supplier in part C of form GSTR 2A or form GSTR 4A in case of registered person opting for composition levy. Okay, earlier this tax details was furnished by the deductor in GSTR 7 and it was made available to the supplier in part C of the form on the common portal after the due date of form GSTR 7. Okay. The deductee could include the details of TDS reflecting in part C of GSTR 2A in form GSTR 2 by accepting the same. However, since GSTR 2 has kept in abeyance, this provision has been amended. Now what's the amended provision? For TDS, see the amended provision. It's given sub-rule 2 of Rule 66 has been amended to lay down that the details of TDS furnished by the deductor in GSTR 7 shall be made available electronically to each of the deductees on the common portal after filing of form GSTR 7 for claiming the amount of tax deducted in his electronic cash ledger after validation. Okay, just one small change is there, that supplier can claim this tax deducted in his electronic cash ledger after validation, and he can claim that only once deductor has filed GSTR 7. Okay, because it is made available to the electronically to deductee on the common portal after filing of GSTR 7. Similarly, now what was the earlier provision for TCS? See, similarly, the details of TCS furnished by the operator in GSTR 8 were made available to each supplier in Part C of GSTR 2A on the common portal after due date of filing of GSTR 8 under Rule 67 subsection 2 of the CGST rules. Now see the amended provision. Amended provision is sub-rule 2 of Rule 67 has been amended to provide that the details of TCS furnished by the deductor in GSTR 8 is made available electronically to each of the deductees on the common portal after filing of form GSTR 8. Okay, for claiming the amount of tax collected in his electronic cash ledger after validation. Okay, so this was notification dated 28th June 19. Again, it's not a new amendment. Now see the third one. Form GSTR 3B to be treated as return furnished under section 39 of CGST Act, Rule 61 subsection 5 of CGST rules. Its notification dated 9th October 2019. Again, it's not a new amendment. Read. Section 39 subsection 1 of CGST Act prescribes a monthly return in form GSTR 3 for every registered person. We all know this. It's a monthly return GSTR 3, and it is furnished by every registered person other than ISD input service distributor, NRTP non-resident taxable person, composition taxpayer, person deducting tax at source, person collecting tax at source, that is an e-commerce operator, and supplier of OEDR services. These all are excluded. Okay, except these registered person, all registered persons is required to furnish monthly return in form GSTR 3. Now what has happened now? However, filing of GSTR 3 has been deferred by the GST Council. So Rule 61 subsection 5 of CGST rules provides that where the time limit for furnishing the details in form GSTR 1 under section 37 has been extended and the circumstances so warrant, the Commissioner may by notification specify the manner and conditions subject to which the return shall be furnished in form GSTR 3B. The said rule has been amended retrospectively with effect from 1/7/2017 to specify that the return in form GSTR 3B is the return under section 39 subsection 1, and that where a return in GSTR 3B is furnished by a person, then such person shall not be required to furnish the return in form GSTR 3. Okay, once GSTR 3B has been furnished, then return is not required as GSTR 3 because GSTR 3B is also treated as a return furnished under section 39 of the CGST Act. Okay, so this completes our amendment in chapter 13.